The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. When the days were completed for their purification according to the law of Moses, Mary and Joseph took Jesus up to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord, just as it is written in the law of the Lord. Every male that opens the womb shall be consecrated to the Lord, and to offer the sacrifice of a pair of turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, in accordance with the dictate of the law of the Lord. Now there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon. This man was righteous and devout, awaiting the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he should not see death before he had seen the Christ of the Lord. He came in the Spirit into the temple, and when the parents brought in the child Jesus to perform the custom of the law in regard to him, he took him into his arms and blessed God, saying, "Now, Master, you may let your servant go in peace, according to your word. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you prepared in the sight of all the peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and the glory of your people Israel." The child's father and mother were amazed at what was said about him, and Simeon blessed them, and said to Mary his mother, "Behold, this child is destined for the fall and rise of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be contradicted. And you yourself a sword will pierce, so that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed." There was also a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher. She was advanced in years, having lived 7 years with her husband after her marriage, and then as a widow until she was 84. She never left the temple, but worshipped night and day with fasting and prayer. And coming forward at that very time, she gave thanks to God and spoke about the child to all who were awaiting the redemption of Jerusalem. When they had fulfilled all the prescriptions of the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own town of Nazareth. The child grew and became strong, filled with wisdom, and the favor of God was upon him. The Gospel of the Lord. Today is the Feast of the Presentation. On February 2nd, every year, the church celebrates this feast. There's a number of great traditions that go along with this. In Hispanic countries, it's still very common for people to come and bring their child after 40 days after the birth and to present their child before the church, which is a very good tradition. There's also a great tradition in the church of every year at the Feast of the Presentation, we have a candle procession. Obviously, we didn't do that this morning. It should be a goal for next year to do the full candlelight procession into Mass for the Feast of the Presentation. I just wanted to point out something about the Psalm as I was reflecting on this. Psalm 24. "Who is this King of glory? Lift up, O gates, your heads. Reach up, you ancient portals, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle." The early church fathers, when they read this psalm, they read it as being a prophecy about the coming of Jesus at the Feast of the Presentation into his temple. But also they saw it as a foreshadowing of Christ's eventual ascension into heaven. And that as he was ascending through the different layers of heaven, the angels were singing this song, "Who is this King of glory? The Lord, the strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle." And the church fathers also encouraged us to remember this song every time we have Mass, receive communion. When the Lord comes to us again, we should marvel, "Who is this King of glory? Lift up the gates of your hearts. Grow higher, ancient doors of your soul. Let him enter, the King of glory."